All right, guys, I just wanted to give you guys a little update. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton of footage of getting the hole dug, getting the liner placed, all that. I was just way too busy. It was a lot more work than I was anticipating. So I'll post what I can, kind of overlay it on here, but I only had the excavator for a week, so I needed to make sure I got the hole dug and got some of the larger boulders placed before it had to go back. But as you can see, we've got our beach area over here, shallow end, be about a foot deep, and it's going to tear down to a 4 foot deep area, and then eventually 5 feet deep over here, and the pond stops right here. Some of these boulders are quite large. It's kind of hard to tell, but I wanted to get these ones placed here. This will eventually be a waterfall. Kind of see, hopefully water is going to split right between there, fall down into the pond. Basically, I've just been stacking rocks and backfilling to get everything set up for these. We did get about 2 inches of rain last night, or yesterday rather, so a lot of water in the pond. It's all gonna have to be pumped out. It's made everything a complete muddy mess. As you can see, just take a look at my boots. It's gonna be some hard working today, but yeah, so hole dug, liner in. I've got to get the rest of the underlayment in, which honestly I probably should have done before I got those 2 rocks in, but I did put pieces of underlayment underneath those, so we're good there. I still need to finish digging out where the intake bay will be over in this area, but we've got plenty of extra liner, so should be good there. I'm gonna have to get rid of some of this dirt. Not 100% sure what I'm gonna do with it yet, so we'll see. Let's see what else we got going on. I need to get the plumbing done, so I've got a lot of my plumbing. It's just tough walking through this stuff. A lot of my plumbing over here. We got a 2 inch flex PVC, 1 inch, and an 1.25 inch. Some check valves, ball valves, slip fittings, all that stuff. One of our pumps over here. So what I'm going to need to do is get some of the plumbing run inside the pond, which where the jets will be going, because I need to get all that placed before I get in the rest of the boulders. So that's probably number 1 priority today. We do have electricians coming back on Tuesday. They have come out and run power for us to operate our pumps. These are going to be 2 external pumps. So they've got power run here, and the pumps will sit somewhere back in this corner and pull water out of the intake bay. But I don't know how they do it in other municipalities, states, countries, whatever, but here they're basically treating this as a swimming pool, so everything needs to be properly bonded and grounded so that we're not having to worry about anyone getting electrocuted or anything like that. So they're going to come do that on Tuesday, so I kind of have some work to do so that they can dig their trench around the pond and get that copper wire in. But yeah, like I said, I'll post some of the footage I have so far, if I have much, and kind of show you guys what we're working with here. But so I just want to give you guys an update, show you that we're moving right along, and we'll see you guys soon. All right, as you guys can tell, it's a little later in the day. Just wanted to give a little update. Basically, what we did today is we pumped the water out of the bottom of the pond. We probably had about 2 feet of water in the bottom and had a bunch of water underneath the liner, unfortunately, which makes things a huge pain in the butt. But fortunately, we had this section where we could peel the liner back, get underneath, and pump as much of that water out as we can, and the rest of it will hopefully just seep into the ground over the next couple days. One of the other updates, I guess, is I did have a shelf that was below this shelf, so we had another shelf down here, and it was a shelf that I actually built up, so I over excavated and decided after the fact that I wanted a shelf there. Unfortunately, the shelf caved in from all the water getting underneath the liner, so I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna want to do with that and how I'm gonna resolve that issue. But the other big thing I did today is I started on the plumbing for the jets, and basically we're gonna have we'll have 3-inch lines coming off the pumps, but in here we've got a 2-inch line. Right here we'll have 2 lines coming out because we've got 2 pumps, and it's going to split off into an 1.25-inch line that we have right here and on this side as well, and that will eventually break off into a 1-inch line. So we've got a T-fitting here where we could hook up a 1-inch line, and again, one on this side, one more over here. So we'll run 1-inch line to kind of the beach area and one into here to try to push water back this way, especially on our shallower areas. And then we'll have this line will be covered up with rocks and stuff, so it's not going to be visible. None of these will be visible, hopefully. But we'll have a line that's going to come down to the bottom of the pond, try to push water up, so we've got some water movement at the bottom of it. And then we'll have one more line that's going to put a jet right up in this area. So it should be a pretty good amount of water flow. We just want to keep from having any dead zones or anything like that. So hopefully we accomplish that. I'm gonna wait until I start getting this thing rocked in before I get all the 1-inch line and stuff put in, and so I know exactly where I'm gonna want to put them. But I really wanted to get this in place before I started putting rocks in, because it's a little bit harder to put it in. So you can see I'm just running this back behind these boulders, but I didn't want to mess with that. So yeah, this is what we've got. Should be putting in some more rocks over the next few days, and hopefully kind of getting the bottom portion of the pond rocked out so that we can continue to build up and just keep moving forward. So still got a lot of dirt here. Didn't really mess with any of that because it's so muddy out here, but we'll get all that figured out. So again, just want to give you guys an update, and we'll see you in the next one.